Hi, it's Laura at Hyperstamper. Today's antique junk journal is this gorgeous book, and I actually received quite a few emails about this when I did my junk journal book haul video a few weeks ago. This cover is from the early 1900s, and it's got these beautiful, what I think are poppies on the front. And then this gorgeous spine, and it looks like it might have been a library book once because it's got some lettering here, very, very old lettering, and then an F down there for fiction. I put an eyelet in the side and added some of these wonderful vintage beads, which I got from a church bazaar this morning, and really thrilled with those. They're glass and wonderful. Just put a little bit of lace up here and trim. And let me show you the inside. I've got the original, oops, let me get back here. The original first pages of the book. So this is the gorgeous image under onion paper. It's original onion paper here. Isn't that exquisite? I love it. And sorry, I want to get back to the beginning here. That's gonna drive me nuts. There we go. Here's the original first pages of the book. And this one is from 1909. Vintage bird book pages. This is a delineator magazine full page spread from 1926, and it's got really cool images and articles there. Made the pocket out of a antique children's book, and this wonderful postcard here. Look at this one, the castle gates. I just love it, and I think that's a real special one. Vintage flip chart paper and a 1930s Kentucky Avenue Monopoly card, and this is from a vintage card set, and this is one of these ones where I've sort of been hoarding these Jack, King, and Queen cards just because they're so beautiful and so different. Isn't that neat? This is a 50-year-old log entry for the Beacon, or sorry, this one's the Emerald Lodge, and this awesome vintage shot here of this kitschy kitchen. Maybe that's where the word came from. Look at, it's just fantastic. I mean, people would pay huge money to have a kitchen like that right now. And a 1953 bakery receipt here. And this is a wonderful piece of crochet. Got the flower and the leaf here, also from that bazaar this morning. So imagine how much fun I had there. More wonderful antique paper pieces. Early 1900s book page here. And then this is a 1937 Girls Own annual page, and it's so fun. Look at these costumes. Look at that. I just think it is wonderful. And this early 1900s children's book page. And then early 1900s music sheet. 1920s children's book page here with bunnies and cats. And little vintage maps. Another vintage recipe book page here. And this is a little book that I made out of some of my antique paper scraps. And the pocket I made out of a 1930s children's book page. And then this is from Black Velvet book about the horse there. And that's some of the original artwork there. And you can journal on that there. I'm going to tuck that back in here. There we go. And just a really cool center spread here from an 1890s Sunday Reading for the Young. A really cool poem there. And there's that how to set a table page there. And this is just an antique book page journaling envelope inside on a little floating paper clip there. Early 1900s children's book page. And this is another piece of wonderful crochet and an antique book page that I turned into a journaling tag. Vintage botanical page, quite lovely. And this is another one of these what's wrong with these pictures. This is early 1900s as well. Really, really fun. There's one on each side. It was in yesterday's journal as well. I just think it's fantastic. There we go. And this is from early 1900s again. You can tell by the artwork and the images here. And this is from 1850s. And it is a veterinarian page. And I put antique paper on the back so that you could journal on there as well. And this is an antique embroidery book from the 30s, believe it or not. Mary Thomas's embroidery book. There and there, just lovely pictures here. And then this is just from another 1940s children's book, Ways of Travel. antique paper on the back. And then this is the page from this original book here, The Resurrection of Miss Cynthia, which is this 1900 book that this journal is being made from. There we go. Another 1930s children's book page here on fuzzy cardstock. And another one of these flip side of that antique paper, vintage school book paper. And this is also from that wonderful book there. And this one has the crossword puzzles on it for children. Sort of in the children's page. More botanicals. This is from the 1800s, 1884. And it is a little miniature book of poems. This is actually a signature from a poetry book. And I think it's fantastic. So really fun. I'm just being delicate with it there because it is so old and brittle. And 2 Pearl Shop receipts from the 50s. And this is an antique book page here from this book. And this is a vintage hanky. Lovely. Look at the detail work in that. It's really, really pretty. And this is the interior spine from this book as well. So they get to live together forever. Wonderful children's book page here. A wonderful vintage 1940s magazine page here. It's German, actually, a German sewing book that I found and love. Graceful Seabirds and Their Nests. This is from the early 1900s, and the photography is spectacular. You've got some little baby birds and a mama bird here. Tulips over here. Just a little children's book page here of a girl swimming. And this is one of my favorite photos ever. I'm finally giving it up because I've showed it to every friend I have. And it says here, most husbands help with dishes. So this guy has a pipe. She's sitting right beside him, watching him do the dishes. I think this is hysterical. And that was in a home economics book. They actually taught children this. Yeah. So there you go. And that brings us to the very end of the book, the original last pages. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. It's on Etsy now, hyperstamper.etsy.com. Don't forget to subscribe.